Najee are the same guy, same kind of runners. Do you think you're the same kind? If not, how are you different?
Me and Najee, we have a lot of similarities, but I don't think we're the same runner. Like, we all have, great abilities, but, I think Najee is just a little bit more patient than I am. And as far as like an open space, the moves he's like to make, we're not different in that. I mean, we're different in that category as far as like, just making open field moves. He like to hurdle, he's shifty. I'm shifty, but I'm more physical as far as like drawing contact. So, I mean, we have a lot of similarities, but I don't think we run the same.
Brian, growing up in this town, what do you remember of that 2011 game of the century, Alabama LSU, the first one, and just what was the build-up like in this area?
It was just the atmosphere, just how many people was like tuned into that game and just the outcome of the game, and it was a great game, and just for like future like prospects and recruits just looking in on that game and just watching, want to be a part of that atmosphere. So, just looking ahead of time as far as, what the future may hold when it comes to those like Alabama versus LSU playing in the future, and, what atmosphere those games can bring. Hopefully this game this year will have that same like atmosphere.
Where did you watch that game?
I watched it at home. I wasn't present to watch the game here. I watched it at home with my family.
How old were you?
In 2011, that was 9 years ago, I was 11.
Did you go to any?
What's the oldest game that you remember, the earliest game you remember in college football?
The earliest game I can remember was, it was back when Glenn Coffey was sophomore. I'm not sure what year that was, like off the top, but that's like the earliest game I can remember watching.
Was that your guy?
Glenn Coffey?
Yeah.
Actually he came out to one of my little league practices one time and seen us. So after that point, like I kind of looked more into him, like just watching him just play on Saturdays.
Why was he there?
He just came, and spoke with our team, just gave us like a little motivational speech. I had a chance to, kind of ask him a few questions, just what his name and like what number he wore. At that time I was a kid, so I was kind of amazed to see, Alabama football player.
You mentioned the atmosphere at that time. Can you compare it to what it is now? What's that like out there right now? I mean, what do you hear from family, friends, that kind of thing, especially from this area?
Everybody's excited for it. It'll be the same like atmosphere, if not greater. With you having the number 1, number 2 team in the country. Best teams in the country is in the SEC. So it'll be a physical game. So it'll be the same like atmosphere. It's just the difference is that I'll be a part of it this time. And last time I was just watching it. Now I'm a part of it.
Do you see the same type of explosiveness out of their offense that y'all have?
I feel like they do have some key players. They have some, nice receivers and a pretty solid running back, great quarterback. But when we compare them to our roster, I really just can't compare them to our roster. I had to watch those guys play up against our defense in order to compare them to a high caliber offense like ours.
You mentioned your defense. Where, just going up against them in practice, maybe, where have you seen the defense make the most strides in the last few weeks?
Mainly in the secondary. They have improved a lot in the secondary, and with the linebacker core, they have been playing a lot better every week. With those guys being all freshmen and young and just growing into just the Bama factor. So just the secondary as a whole, they've stepped up, a ton. We're helping those guys, those younger guys at the linebacker level, and they're coming together more as a team.
Raekwon mentioned that the linebackers are communicating more, maybe getting, how are you seeing some of that from those 2 young guys?
Just watching them, when the calls are called in, just immediately letting the defensive linemen know what gaps they need to be in, and just those calls, and just communicating more to the defense as a whole. So they're starting to pick up on more information and starting to learn more just about the defense, which is helping them play a lot faster.
How much more does Deontay Brown, how much does he help the offense and make your job easier?
I mean, he's a tremendous help. I feel like, it's a couple of guys we can put at that spot that can make the same type of strides and progress. But Deontay has done a great job as far as helping us on the back end, as far as just doing his job on his side and just staying consistent in that area.
Do you think the running game's clicking at the right time?
I feel like it is. We're making progress every week. We had a slow start, but you know, we always had the ability to run the ball. We just had to kind of bring our offensive line group together as a unit, you know, and get them on the same page. So I feel like we'll continue to make strides.
How have you seen Mac step into the first full game? I mean, how's he kind of stepped into it and understanding the offense and things like that?
I knew like Mac Jones had the ability all along. You know, most people probably didn't see the abilities in him because they haven't watched enough on him. But I've been here, Mac been here since I've been here. We've been here the same amount of time, and I knew he was ready. You know, with his abilities, it was just the mental side of it. He just had to cross, and once he locked in and, you know, focused on the game, you know, it was just like playing high school ball over again.
Brendan,
Two more.
with the Tua rehabbing and everything, what kind of spirits has he been in today, this week?
Oh, just positive. You know, Tua always positive. You know, he never questions why, you know, anything like bad happens. You know, he just, you know, move forward and continue to work on like whatever he needs to work on to control what he can control at the time. And I feel like he's doing a good job with that mentally.
Yeah, you mentioned
How much has he helped Mac? How much has he helped Mac since he had to go in?
He's helped him tremendously. Like he's, you know, kind of told him and just, you know, put his arm across him and just let him know, like, you know, what he was going to have to go in and do, and like what it was going to take for him to complete the game, just with a positive outcome, and just, you know, making sure Mac just knows all the details as far as stepping up as a quarterback, starting quarterback role, and just help him in those areas.
All right. Thanks, P. Rob. I got to get him to meetings, guys.